Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well and keeping safe. My name is Yewande Akomolafe Kalu. Welcome to the first ever Grow My Business webinar by Flutterwave. I'm just going to run through what we're doing today, and then we can kick off. So, a brief overview of what the Grow My Business webinar is. Basically, we want to be able to empower businesses to, our panelists are also here, Dikachim, Ife, and Zainab. So I'm about to just do a quick intro, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so my name is Yomade Akomolafe Kalu, as I said before. I'm the marketing storyteller at Flutterwave. If you don't know what Flutterwave does, we're basically a payments technology company. We make it easy for businesses and for individuals to be able to send and to receive payments within Africa and outside of Africa. So we process payments for companies like Uber, we process payments for companies like Booking.com, and now we also process payments for companies like Netflix. So we're going to talk you through one of our priorities is essentially helping businesses grow. If you are able to receive payments, then you are able to expand beyond your locale. And so the webinar series, the whole function of it is to enable businesses to be able to survive during COVID-19 and the disruption caused by COVID-19. So as I said before, our speakers today are Zainab Abu. Zainab Abu is a technical lead in our growth team in Flutterwave with a focus on small, medium businesses, and Ifeduro Simieti, who is the founder of AGS Tribe. The way we're going to run through this is Zainab is going to host her own session, and then we are going to move on to Ife's session. And then from there, we're going to move on to our questions and answers. We gave you guys the opportunity to be able to send in your questions beforehand, but if you did not get to send in your questions beforehand, please feel free to use the Q&A section here, or use the chat function, and we'll be able to answer as many questions as possible. If we can't get to you, please send us an email as well. We are reachable by email, and we're very responsive as well. So I'm going to hand it to Zainab now. She's going to kick off. I'm also going to share my screen so we can start.
Okay, hello everyone, good morning. I hope everybody can hear me. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the maiden edition of the Flutterwave Grow My Business series. So just like Yewande has said, the idea behind this is to equip our business owners with the right tools that would allow them not just survive, but also thrive even during this COVID-19 period. I'll just, without wasting much time, go right into the presentation slides. I hope everyone can see the screen. The good news is we'll be able to share something after this presentation. Okay, so, right. These are the speakers for today. Myself, Zainab, Yewande already introduced me. I work with Flutterwave. I head the SME team in Flutterwave. And then Ifeduro Simieti, who's the founder of AGS Tribe. Most of you know her well. Now, why are we doing this? Like we all know what's going on in the economy, in the country, and around the world. COVID-19 has disrupted practically everything. If you're a business owner today with a physical store, you've had to close your store because there's a lockdown, there are restrictions of movement, you don't want to be in a crowded place. So we can't just pretend like there's nothing happening and just carry on with business as usual. No, it can't happen because things are changing, right? And we need to evolve as well. So we put together a couple of things for SMEs, not just SMEs, but business owners, to help them thrive across this period. So we as Flutterwave, we have a couple of things that we've put together, and then we'll just run through those things and how it can help benefit your business, especially during this time, right? So there's been a lot of negative impact. We know that for those that have physical stores that have had to close down their store, especially if that's your only means of livelihood. If you don't have any other business by the side, you don't have a 9 to 5, or you don't have any online presence, you have just a physical store and you've closed it, how are you able to sell? So this webinar will be talking you through how you can do all of that. I will also talk you through some of the things that we have put together as Flutterwave to help businesses across this time. Okay. Now, one of those things is this Grow My Business webinar. Like you all know, we have put together this webinar to interface directly with you and also interface with some other industry experts. We'd like to hear from you, and we'll also tell you some of the things that have worked in the past and some of the things that you can apply even during this period of uncertainty where nobody knows what's going to happen next. There's some of the things that we'll be talking you through during this webinar. So Grow My Business this is the first edition. We're going to be having this weekly or bi-weekly as the time goes on, and we're going to be sharing tips on how we can help you scale. So the first one, like I said, is the Grow My Business webinar. It's a free webinar. We have a number of people joining. You can see the numbers, and that's what we want. We want to tell you about some of the things that you can do, equip your businesses. You know, what can you do now? You've been shut down, you're at home, but you still need to make money. That's what this webinar is about. The things that Flutterwave has put together to help businesses scale. The next one, which is also very important, next slide, is the listing on Google My Business. I know a lot of us have heard about Google My Business. What it is basically is a tool that allows your business have visibility whenever there's a search done about you. So today, if you search for maybe things by the side, the chances are when you run a Google search, the chances are you probably will not see anything about that business, right? Except they've had quite a lot of online interactions. The chances are you probably will not see anything. So what we have done, Flutterwave, I'm sure a lot of you heard about our partnership with Google. Some time ago, we launched the Digital Business Compass, which was more or less like a workshop where we were able to train over 5,000 SMEs on the things sort of like this we're having, but the physical version, the sort of tools they needed to scale in the economy, the right tools, the right access, the right information. Right. The Google My Business is the tool that allows you have that online presence. So what we've done, we've partnered with Google, and then we're giving all businesses that sign up on Flutterwave free listing on Google My Business. Not just free listing, we're also going to be giving you free verification. So coming through Flutterwave, it makes it easier. Today, some people are able to register on their own on Google My Business, but then they have the problem of verification. And then a verified merchant is the one that actually gives the buyers confidence to buy from you. Do you understand? So it's easy to just go ahead and register, but if you're not a verified merchant, then people may not necessarily have that confidence to buy from you. So what we're saying is, as a Flutterwave merchant, if you sign up on Flutterwave as an SME, small business owner, we, in partnership with Google, will verify your account, your business list for free. So these are some of the things that we've put together as a company to ensure that you have that visibility, especially around this period. Because the truth is, whether we like it or not, a lot of people are online. You know, everybody's online now, because what are you going to do at home? Recently, the president announced a complete lockdown, 14 days in some states. So everyone is actually sitting at home and they're actually watching one thing or the other online. So this is the time for your presence online to really be out there. So what we're saying is, as Flutterwave, we are giving you that for free. Google My Business allows people see you, they know your business type, they're able to call you, your phone number is displayed, they're able to email you, your Instagram handles, all your social media handles are displayed there. And we're doing all this for our customers for free. So that visibility is very, very essential, especially around this time where everyone is home and everyone is online. So we're saying, come to Flutterwave, we're able to do this for you for free, no additional anything, right? We verify your account, we hand it over to Google, they list you on Google My Business, and then everyone is able to contact you directly. So what else are we doing? What else are we doing as Flutterwave? Next slide. So as Flutterwave, we've also come up with a new solution, because when things are changing around you, you can't just keep on doing the same thing. You have to evolve as well, right? Wendy mentioned this earlier. We have also figured out, like, a lot of people are home, but it doesn't mean they don't have things that they need to buy. Even though there's a no movement law or enforcement, which has recently been announced, it doesn't mean you can't still get your necessities. So, for example, you are home and you need to get groceries, for example, you're out of groceries. Are you going to say that you can't get your groceries? Or you, as someone who sells groceries, you're a supermarket owner, and then you have these groceries in your store and people out there need it, but because there's a no movement, then are you going to say you won't be able to get these things across your customer? So we thought through this process. We're like, what exactly is the problem statement? How can we solve this for customers? You, as a business owner, now that you've shut down your physical store, does it mean you're not going to sell anything anymore? No, the answer is no. We have to think about creative way of getting goods from your store directly to the customer's hand or house. So that's why we come up with a payment link with inventory and delivery. Okay. Somebody talking, you may need to mute. All right, so previous slide, please. Now let's look at the case study. Assuming a supermarket that has all these things that people need, right? But the government has said there shouldn't be gatherings of more than 10,000. There should be so close. I mean, as a supermarket, how can you really go around telling people, oh, don't stand so close to this person? It's going to be practically impossible. So what we've come up with, a solution that allows you as a supermarket still get these items to the customers without even you leaving your office and then the customer even leaving their homes. So that's where the payment link comes in. But it's not the regular payment link that we all know, right? This is a payment link that has inventory and delivery attached to it. So how does it work? The customer, let's say Dikachi, for example, this is just a case study.
So Emma will still be here, Abby?
Is one of the biggest.
Yeah, I'm here. Come back. I'll go.
The Ketchup Superstores is one of the biggest supermarkets in Nigeria, and because of COVID now, they've instructed them to shut down their supermarket. But they have all these things and they need to get it across to their customers. So they said, okay, what can we do? Let's come up with a total flow. Like we tell the customers, okay, anything you need, send the list to some people on WhatsApp, right? We have them on WhatsApp. Send the list to them, and then they would now go into the store and check and see if we have those things. If we have those things, then they will now come back to you on WhatsApp to say, yes, we have them. Go ahead and pay. Once payment is made, we confirm the payment, and then they now ask to come physically to the shop to pick it up, right? So that whole process is what the Kachim Superstores came up with, which in theory sounds okay, but the practicality of it is, and can actually try and simulate it in your head, the practicality of it is it's actually not that seamless. It involves a lot of movements to and fro. There still has to be a physical interaction at the end of the day, because, oh, I'm sorry, someone says they can't hear me. I don't know, is it anyone else can hear me? You can just send a message in the chat if you can't hear me. So if you're not talking, please mute. If you're not talking, please mute.
Yeah, we're all muted now. You can carry on, Zena.
Okay, great. All right, so that whole process, we thought through it and we're like, it's not very, very efficient. So what we've done is we've designed the payment link. How that works is the supermarket can decide to send that payment link directly to the customer, or they can just put that payment link on their Instagram page, right? Or on their WhatsApp profile, whatever it is that they use to interface with customers, they can put that payment link there. Next slide, please. So when I, as a customer, I want to buy from this particular supermarket, I just go to their Instagram handle, WhatsApp, whatever it is, and I click on that payment link. Once I click on that payment link, a page pops up and asks me the things you want. Then I'll select the items that I want to buy. So what we've done is there's a back-end integration that allows the customer showcase their inventory on that payment link. So let's take a diversion from a supermarket, for example. I want you to start to internalize what I'm saying. As a business owner, what do you sell? Assuming you sell wigs, for example, you sell weaves, right? Now on this list, you can see things like Seaway dispenser, Indomie, and all of that. In your own case, what you'll be seeing is maybe Natasha wig, 50,000 naira, Bolanle wig, 100,000 naira, maybe hairbrushes, 50,000 naira. So all your inventory is going to be listed here. Or let's also divert a bit. Are you maybe into skincare, right? You do natural skincare. In this case, what the customer is seeing are the list of your own items. They'll be displayed here, because we would have done an integration with your inventory in the first space. So all your items that you have will be listed here, whether it's body wash, body scrub, all that stuff is there. And then you can also select the quantity that you want. So what this is doing is actually eliminating that back and forth of, oh, is this thing available? Do you have this in stock? If it's not available, it's not going to show up here in the first place, right? And then if it's not, if you have just 2, for example, in stock, if I come here and I select 3, I want to buy 3, it's not going to allow me. It's going to show that the limit, there's a maximum of 2, or you can only buy 2. All that information is captured here. So this just takes care of that whole back and forth, especially for those today that sell on Instagram. I don't know if I'm communicating. Today, when you sell on Instagram, you have some customers, they call you or they contact you, and then you do a lot of back and forth. Oh, how many do I have? How do I use this and all that? Sometimes you spend 30 minutes, 1 hour with these customers. And then at the end of the day, you're like, okay, madam, are you ready to make payment? And the next thing you hear is, I'll get back to you. So all this eliminates all that. So for serious buyers, they see your link, they click on it, all the information is there, the quantity, the amount, everything is listed. So the serious buyers will select what they want to buy from this list, and then they now move on to the next stage. Next page, please. Fantastic. So the beauty about this solution also is we've done an integration with some delivery partners, right? So here, after you've selected all the things you want to buy, maybe your household items, your groceries, your skincare, your hair, your dresses, whatever it is, it takes you to the next page where you now capture all your information. So some of these fields are mandatory, some are not so important, depending on you as the merchant, but there are some that are default that are mandatory. So things like name, address, phone number, delivery details, those are mandatory. Then you can go a step further as a business owner to get more information. So if you want to know age bracket, you want to know sex, any information you want, you can actually capture it here and make them mandatory or otherwise. It's all up to you as the business owner. You can put all that information here. And then once the customer completes this, it also takes you to the next page. So it's important to note at this point that all this information, especially for delivery details, you can see things like city, state, and all that. Now, there's an algorithm that we've included that will automatically calculate how much your delivery fee would be. So, you know, for those that sell online today, you already know that some customers will be going back and forth with you, arguing, saying, oh, no, delivery to Ikeja should be this, delivery to Ikeja, or delivery outside of Lagos should be this. All this eliminates that because it's automatically calculated, right? We've gotten let me not go to technical, but we've done the integration with the logistics company that intelligently calculates how much your delivery fee would be. So once you see all this information, it tells you to reconfirm. So you reconfirm the things you're buying, and then you go to the next page, which is the payment page. Next page, please. So the payment page, the beauty is it allows you various payment options, right? So some people are used to paying with their cards, some people are used to paying with bank transfer, some are used to USSD, some are used to barter. Whatever payment option is your preference, it displays all of that here. And then you're able to select whatever payment option you want, put in the relevant authorization details, and the payment goes through. Now, once the payment is successful, the store owner, in this case, Dikachim Superstores, gets a notification. You, as the customer who is doing the buying, gets an email notification. Remember, you put in your email address at some point. And then the delivery company, who is supposed to come pick up those items from the store owner's shop, also gets a notification. So those 3 parties are notified immediately. And for every order, there's a unique order number. So remember I said for you to be able to use this solution, you need to be a Flutterwave customer. So if, for example, you don't want to wait to get a notification, you have people that check your dashboard, you can go to your dashboard and see the details of this particular order. So this takes care of the issue of, oh, somebody paid me, I don't even know what they paid for, or they sent me a payment, asked them to send their delivery details, they've not sent it yet. In this particular flow, all those details have to be captured before you can even get to the payment page. So it eliminates the whole issue of, oh, I don't know who paid me, or you paid me, the delivery fee was lower, or the things you bought for are out of stock. You know, all of that is eliminated. And the beauty is you don't even need to have a physical store, right? Or even if you have a physical store that has been closed, this is the next option. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of transactions happening even as we speak online. A lot of transactions are happening online as we speak. So you don't want to be left out of that. This is a must-have for every store owner in this day and time. And guess what? The beauty is this solution is absolutely free. So we're not going to be charging you to sign up on Flutterwave to use the solution. You can sign up today, being Monday, and actually send out payment links today, still Monday, to your customers. They can pay you, and then you get all of this that we've just talked about. So the solution is live, it's available. You can start transacting on it even as we speak. And then, like I said, sorry, next page, please. Like I said, there's an integration done to the logistics company. So once that payment is gone through, the logistics company gets a notification that order XYZ is ready to be picked up from Dikachim Superstores. So once they go to Dikachim Superstores, all they need to do is, I'm here to pick up order XYZ. From their own listing, Dikachim Superstores, they already know what is contained in that order XYZ. So they put together all those items, they give it to the delivery man. The delivery man takes it directly to your house. You've consummated the transaction without even, if you don't need to leave your bedroom, you can be on your bed as you do all of this. The same thing with he has also been able to make a sale without having to physically open the store or having to manage customers saying, the manual process of saying, oh, this is not available, this is out of stock, or where is your delivery address, or you didn't put in your phone number, you didn't put in your name. All that is eliminated, and it takes care of customers not being able to sell because of the restrictions that we have today for COVID-19. Next page, please. Next page, please. Fantastic. So just like I have said, all these information are available. Again, it gives you an electronic receipt. So you get your electronic receipt sent to your email address. The merchant, which is the store owner, also gets his own electronic notification. The logistics company, we're just using GIG Logistics as an example, but there are a couple of other logistics companies that are on board. They also get their own notification. So this is the ecosystem that we're talking about. Transactions are happening. Everything still needs to go on, despite the fact that there are restrictions on physical selling, physical movement, and all of that. So for every store owner, you need to get on board this solution as soon as possible. It's available, like I said. You don't need to have any technical experience or have to have a web developer design anything for you. It's very straightforward, it's very simple, it's very seamless. You can upload your inventory items yourself. So especially for those that don't have like large items you're selling, like, you just do whether it's clothes or you do accessories or you do skincare or you do food stuff, whatever it is, upload your inventory yourself, put in the number that are available. So, and then you just put the link directly on your Instagram page, your Twitter page, anywhere at all. You can send out a blast if you have WhatsApp. Let people know that you can still buy these items. Just click on this link. So that's available, like I said. And we at Flutterwave, Wendy, we at Flutterwave, we're here to listen to you. We're here to innovate with you. We're here to ensure that regardless of what's going on around us in our environment, movement or no movement, we keep on innovating to be sure that you as a business owner, you're able to make your sales, and not just to make your sales and then you're looking for the money. Once you make your sales, the funds are available to you either on your dashboard which is your Flutterwave wallet, or the funds go directly into your bank account. So at the point of setup, you just let us know which of the options you want. If you want the funds to go directly into your Flutterwave wallet, we can do that. If you want the funds to go directly into your bank account, any bank account of your choice, we can do that as well. We also have same-day settlement available on request for special customers. Same-day settlement means you get your money the same day the transaction takes place. We all know what happens for most online payments, even for POS payments. When you do a transaction, you don't have access to those funds until the next business day, meaning transactions done on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You don't have access to that money till Monday, sometimes even Tuesday. But we're saying with this particular online solution, Flutterwave will make your funds available for you same day on request. And we're also we're also giving you the opportunity to take your business global. I think Wendy is going to mention some other things that we do with business owners within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. So there's something we call merchant user stories as well. We've been noticed a business owner who's very active on the platform. We come, we do an interview with you. You tell us about your business and how Flutterwave has helped, and then we publish that post across all of our channels and touch points. You know, we have hundreds of thousands of customers, so they get to see you. We have access online. These customers within Nigeria, outside of Nigeria, they also get to see you and hear about your business. And we do all this for you for free. So the next question really is, what do you think should be the next question? Next page, please. The next question is, why are you not on Flutterwave, right? That's the next question. Like I said, we're here to revolutionize commerce in the country, not just in the country, but I mean, we're global, right? We have presence in Nigeria, in different parts of the world, various African countries, outside of Africa as well. So whatever it is we're doing with Flutterwave, you can be rest assured that it's available in all other parts of the world. So people are able to view your business. We take you global, right? If you're thinking of expanding beyond the shores of Nigeria, we're your partners. We have presence, like I said, in all parts of the world. So if you have a business and you're thinking of branching out to Ghana, South Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, any of those countries, and even those I haven't mentioned, there's actually a very, very long list, we can be your partners. But even if you're just a startup here in Nigeria and you're like, okay, I'm just starting my business, I want to be able to sell, I want people to be able to reach me, but now there's a restriction, what do I do? I just have a small shop somewhere in BGC. Now they said I can't go to my shop, I'm closed, I'm a crossroad, where do I go from here? Flutterwave is your partner, right? We're here to simplify payment for endless possibilities. So that's what we're here for. That's the reason why we've partnered with industry leaders such as AGS Tribe. Ife Durosimi Eti will be coming up shortly to tell you about some other things you need to do. But in the interim, feel free to put up your questions in the Q&A folder. Wendy is also going to be doing a summary to tell you about some of the efforts we have in terms of marketing, growing your business as a Flutterwave merchant. So without wasting much time, I hope the presentation has been informative. But however, if you have further questions, like I said, there's a folder for Q&A. And because this is just a limited webinar, I will do an introduction to the next speaker, Ife Durosimi Eti, who's the founder of AGS Tribe. Thank you guys very much.
Hi, okay. I'll wait for you to do the introduction.
That was a very short introduction, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought you said you were just doing the introduction. Okay, no worries. Thank you, Flutterwave, for this opportunity. I'm really, really excited to come here, speak to business owners. I'm very, very passionate about entrepreneurship and women empowerment, and I'll talk about that very, very briefly. So I'm the founder of AGS Tribe. AGS Tribe is pretty much a community that connects women to each other and to opportunities. Opportunities such as grants, fellowships, scholarships, jobs, and all kinds of opportunities that you can think of. Any scholarships. We're currently 1,000 strong. Yay! we got 1,000 subscribers yesterday, and we only started the community in December, so it's really, really growing. And imagine a community of passionate, ambitious women just coming together. The places you can go, the people you can connect to. We have people from all over the world. We have people in London, we have people in Oman, we have people in Dubai, we have people from Nigeria who are currently in the community. We're currently operating from Telegram, but eventually, other things will happen as we continue to grow. I'm here to pretty much talk about how business owners can survive COVID. COVID is in fact is a nightmare. At first, I was like, you know what, this thing was still so far away. I knew that it was happening. I knew that it was, you know, killing people in other countries. But for some reason, I just felt like, okay, you know, this thing, you know, I'm untouchable and all of that. And then, because I was in New York at the time that, you know, it happened, but I came back to Nigeria. I just felt so close to home. I started seeing people that I knew, you know, people, you know, I had, you know, seen, you know, online and stuff, people who had attended parties or people that, you know, that I knew as well who, you know, started, you know, suffering from the virus. And I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is actually really, really close. And I know that it's having a huge impact on our businesses. So I'm just going to give, you know, a few tips that can help business owners, you know, stay afloat. And these are things that you can easily implement, you know, on a day-to-day as you go on in your business. You know, I'm a business owner as well, so I've been trying as much as possible to also, you know, use these tips to grow my business. Can you guys see the slides? Zainab, have you put it up? Or should I just talk? I can't hear you.
The slides are being shown. We're sharing the screen.
You're sharing the screen? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just keep talking.
Can you see?
Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. So basically, many business owners need to take, oh my God, I lost my face. Okay, many business owners need to take some things into consideration. Like recently, we brought someone come talk about COVID-19, somebody who is a doctor in the United Kingdom who works with the NHS and has been in the fight for, like, I think on the front lines fighting this disease. So he came to come and talk to us about some of the things that, you know, you can look out for, some of the measures you can take so that, you know, you don't get infected. But I'll talk about how the business owners can, you know, take advantage of these times. So we all know about the history of COVID-19, so I'm not going to talk about that. And so the first thing I'd like to talk about is cash flow forecasting. In this season, we need to really take into consideration our cash flow. And for the people who have already been, you know, documenting some of their income and, you know, have an accountant and all of that, it will be easier for you to forecast in these times. So it's important for you to be able to document everything that you're doing now. Check out your cash flow. Check out how you're going to stay afloat in these times. Forecast it, you know, and while you're forecasting, also give room for things that may happen, like mishaps. You know, obviously, people cannot sell as much as they used to before. People cannot go up and down and, you know, knock on doors and go and sell. So take that into consideration when you're doing your forecasting, because this will help you when you're you know, trying to save for rent for next year, because you have to take all this into consideration. So people need to pay for rent. So people need to pay their salaries for their employees, and those are some of the things that you need to consider when you're in this current time. You need to take that into consideration. You need to speak to your landlord. If I heard people say, "Oh, I have to speak to my landlord to tell them that, you know what, can you give us a 3-month extension because we cannot pay our rent, you know, at this time." So those are some of the things that you need to take into consideration when you're working on your cash flow forecasting. Put those things into your cash flow sheet. Also, update your terms and conditions, and this is very, very key, because in these times, like yesterday, we all woke up and in the night, you know, in fact, in the morning, Governor Sanwo-Olu said something and said, okay, Lagos is not going to be on a complete shutdown. At first, it looked like it was going to be a complete shutdown, but he came back and retracted what people thought they had heard and said, no, Lagos is not going to be on a complete shutdown. So by evening, you know, the President Muhammad Buhari came and said, you know, Lagos and Abuja is going to be on a complete shutdown, and, you know, people should do this and that. Maybe only essential companies would be running. So those are some of the things that we probably didn't expect. So if you imagine if you had updated your terms and conditions and told customers that, okay, we can take your orders, but if something happens along the way, we might not be able to deliver because of what is going on. I've had instances, you know, even over the last few days where somebody ordered something from a client, from a supplier, and then the person who was selling it was a middleman. So she was getting the items from the supplier and delivering it to the customer. On getting to this customer, obviously the middleman didn't open the package. It was a thermometer, and obviously you know that these things are in high demand. So once you just say, oh, I have thermometers for sale, or I have face masks, or I have ventilators, people are going to jump on it. So the customer ordered this, and when the customer got it, it looked like it was used. It wasn't really, the thermometer thing wasn't really working as it should, and the delivery person had left. So, and that happened on Friday. So you can imagine today, people are telling you, oh, you can't deliver anything. So the customer might be upset that, oh, you delivered something to me that is not okay. The supplier will say, oh, there's nothing I can do. We've already sent it out to you. You're the middleman. You have to cough out that money because you don't want your client to be upset. Those things should have been handled when you were when the customer was buying that item. Just a simple sheet to say terms and conditions, especially in these times. These are some of the things that we're all going through, and it will help you manage conflict better with your customers in these times. Because the worst thing you can do right now for yourself is to lose any customer. So it's important for you to update your terms and conditions in these times. Also, it's time to have that talk. Speak to your suppliers, like I said. Let them understand that, okay, these are tough times. So if you need to have a conversation, like to tell them that, oh, okay, we've been doing this buying and selling thing. Let's say, for example, to make it more realistic and relatable, let's say you have a client where you pay them in dollars. Let's say you started the transaction maybe last month when dollar was still very stable, and you just thought, oh, okay, dollar is 365 to a dollar. It's 365 naira to a dollar, and then now all of a sudden, dollar is now 400 and something. But the client doesn't care, because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, the supplier doesn't care. The person who is carrying out the transaction for you doesn't care. What they want is their dollar. So sorry. What they want is their dollar. So imagine you just having that conversation with them and say, see, please be a realistic, or be a realistic supplier. Just be nice. Everything. A lot of people, Amazon and Co, they're opening up their services for free and all of that. I'm not saying you should do yours for free, but just take that into consideration and just keep the dollar at the rates that we were doing business with originally, and just try to have that conversation with your suppliers. Just be honest about your situation, be honest about what is going on around you. I think people right now are more compassionate because it's not just a Nigerian issue, it's a global pandemic. So I think once you have that conversation, once you have that mutual agreement, things will be better for your business. Also be adaptable and be creative. Like even if you only had a store, right now is your time to go online. You have all the time on your hands. Just look for ways that you can still remain at the top of mind. Right now, don't even just be thinking about the money you can get in the immediate. Just look for how you can grow your customer database. Look for alternatives. Be creative. Like see what Flutterwave is doing now. Trying to keep their customers engaged and all of that. So you need to take that. You need to take that learning and own it to your business. So if you need to come up with different things to you keep customers maybe on your social media page, because everybody is on social media now. Like people that do not care about TikTok, everybody has downloaded TikTok, everybody has downloaded Triller. So things that you can do, like today, now that I've done makeup for this video, I'm going to do a Triller video. I don't even know what Triller is. I've seen it on social media. I've seen it on Instagram where people are uploading their videos from Triller. But I would do a video just to make make it look like keeping with the times, and not just make it look like I'm actually keeping with the times, just to keep people on your page. Top of mind awareness is very, 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 very important. I'm a marketing expert. I did communications for about 5 years before I started my own business, so I know how important it is to remain in the mind of your customers. Luckily for us, we also gained 1,000 subscribers yesterday. So that is also, everybody celebrating. That's also an avenue for us to drag and stretch our top of mind awareness. We're having an online party to celebrate this milestone on Wednesday, and you guys are welcome to join us. By the way, I'll put up a flyer on my social media between today and tomorrow. So just doing things, just to be creative, and don't just think money. Look for how you can keep your customers close in these current times. Also, pamper your customers. Offer them, freebies. Offer them information. Offer them all kinds of things. It doesn't have to be now. So let's say you are a spa. You don't have to say, okay, you come to the spa now because nobody's going out. But you can offer them, okay, take 20% off your next appointment with us, or take 50% off, just so that they come back and because we don't know how long this thing is going to last. This thing can last for 3 months, can last for 6 months, God forbid. But you just have to continue, keep your customers informed. If you even have somebody, God forbid, on your team who is suffering from this illness or fighting this illness, it's important for you to keep your customers abreast. People, sometimes having that emotional connection with your customers, having them pray with you, because by the grace of God we wouldn't get it, but we can fight this thing together. Whether it's your someone on your team, whether it's your friend, whether it's your family, we're going to fight things together. We're going to be praying. We're going to be doing things together. So just keep them informed. Your customers are very, very key. If you even find a customer who also is diagnosed with this disease, care for them, send them messages every day. Like I had somebody who was a very close friend who traveled and came back, and she was in isolation, like out of her house. I checked on her every day, and her results came out and she was negative. Just that show of care and genuine care for your customers is very, very key. And this person is also a customer as well. So it's very, very key for you to show that level of care and attention to your customers in these times. A lot of people are cleaning themselves abroad, like in other countries where, like England, where the statistics have gone up, the numbers are really, really high. A lot of people are suffering from mental health issues. So aside from this, and this is just from fear. This is fear of coronavirus. This is not even the coronavirus itself. And people are killing themselves. The minister in, I think, Germany also killed himself, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. So it's really, really scary. So just make sure you're keeping your customers updated and just showing them that you really, really love them and you're not just here for the money. Don't just say, oh, come and take money, come and buy something from me. Just show them that you genuinely care. Staff layoff. This is one that I pray that I never have to do in these times, because I know that people really, really need their income. I've seen the statistics abroad. Like I said, I was in New York, and on the last day when I was coming back to Nigeria, only one staff, I was in a hotel, imagine a hotel, and only one staff came to work. So I understand, and I've seen that because the hotel was Fairfield by Marriott, and I saw days later that the MD or the CEO of Marriott's hotel came and said that, he was going to be taking a pay cut, and, they're not going, next 6 months, they had a lot of changes in the organization, they were letting people go and all of that. So I understand that, companies as huge as that are going through a lot, especially people in that space, in the care industry and hospitality industry. So I hope that we don't have to get to that point. But if you need to lay your staff off, speak to them and let them know that, by the grace of God, maybe even if you lay them off, maybe they can come back, especially for the ones that are good. But just make sure that you're also keeping lean. Keep your team very lean at this point. Don't just wait till maybe it's month 4. You're not like, oops, oh my gosh, I've not really been saving. I've not really been earning an income. If you're an online company, if you can work very well, even in these times, then you don't have to lay anybody off. But if you need to lay people off, you need to have that conversation with your team and let them understand that you really, really don't want to do it, but you have to do it for the business to stay afloat in these times. Also, find help for your business. Very, very key. If you need to get a grant, there are a lot of competitions, a lot of grants, and we also contributed as a community. We also contributed to a challenge to help look for solutions to solve COVID-19. People can apply. A lot of people have applied, and people are that can solve the issue. So if you think, and it doesn't have to be anything like robotic or anything like, oh, you're creating something that can go to space. It can just be a tracking solution that can track people that have coronavirus, or some that can track all the people that you've been in contact with. Something simple. It might be like a news channel. I've seen a lot of things that people are coming up these days where you can just easily test what risk you are, whether it's high risk, whether it's low risk or no risk at all. Simple things like that can help people, help people's mind calm down, because a lot of people are really panicking. So find help for your business if you think You know, let's say you might have a risk kid on your team who can come up with a solution. Apply for those grants, apply for those things that can help you. Like, I'm sure the people from America on this call, I've heard that, there's going to be some grants that are going to be made available. So you all should put your ears on the ground and see how you can get help for your business, whether it's a low interest, a very, very low interest loan. If you need, I wouldn't advise. I don't really like loans, especially if you're still at the beginning phase of your business. But if you think that you can find help for your business at this time, please reach out. There are a lot of people, even individuals, philanthropists, who are willing to help. And if you reach out to speak up, you can get help. Sources of support for small businesses. So, like I said, if you need to speak to your bank, if you need to speak to the insurance company, if you need to speak to your health insurance company, speak up, speak to them and see what plan they can do for you. I heard that GT Bank, came out with something like a health insurance plan for people who bank with them. So you can check that out and see how you can have access to proper health care. It might not be healthcare for corona, because everybody knows how expensive healthcare for corona is, but at least other things. The people suffering from a normal flu, people suffering from diarrhea, people suffering from other illnesses at this time. So you can see how you can, get that support for you and your team. I know a lot of small businesses haven't necessarily started health insurance plans for their team members. But if you do it at this time, your team members will actually trust you and see that and understand that you have their back. And these are some of the things that you can win now, that you're a good employer, you're a good person that they should stay with. They're just going to leave them hanging at this time. Also, ensure your employees are working effectively from home. This is very, very important. Put policies in place. Let them know. You can speak to them at least maybe once a week, but have like a WhatsApp group or whichever one which suits you well. It might be Slack. Just make sure that they're working effectively. You tell them you need something at a particular deadline. Make sure you check in. Put a reminder on your phone and check in, because a lot of people are a bit lax right now. People are even going out even when you tell them not to go out, so they're not really working on your. So it's important for you to ensure that your employees are working effectively from home, even if they don't have anything to do. Let's say you own a store and they're not really doing anything from home, like they cannot be selling meat pie and selling all those things from home. Give them something to do. Tell them to go and research. Tell them to come up with ways that your business can be better. Just keep them working, because it will be very, very difficult for us to get back to where we were. Because right now, come on, I'm getting very used to staying at home and all of that. So it's important for you to get your mind working and get your team working, so that when you get back to normal work hours and all of that, everybody would still be at the top of their game, and you don't have a lot of time to catch up to get back to where you were before. Also, like I said before, everyone is on social media. Leverage your social media. Leverage it. Like use it. Post live videos, even if nobody's watching at the time. Post it, leave it there. You start getting you get one person, you get 2 people. Those people will turn to 10 people. So it's important for you to leverage social media. Go on Instagram, go on Twitter. Monetize your knowledge. Come up with, like, even if you're not, for people who haven't even thought about the knowledge that they want to monetize, start playing with the idea of teaching people something. You have something in you. Use your social media wisely. A lot of people who are personal brands, who have built their personal brands over the years, they're the ones who are still able to sell in these times. So it's important for you to just continue to build yourself, continue to build your company on social media, right now, and leverage it to the best of your ability. And also offer news and stuff to your customers. A lot of people don't want to watch CNN right now because people are scared, and to be honest, I don't even advise everybody to be sticking to the news, because like they say, faith comes by hearing, but fear also comes by hearing. So the more you continue to see these things, the more you start feeling, oh my God, my neck is itching, or I have a sore throat, oh my God, I can't breathe, just because 5 minutes ago you saw that somebody couldn't breathe on TV. So, but you can start to offer news, but you can communicate it in a way that is not so scary to your customers, so that you're a source of hope, you're a source of inspiration, and also share good news as well. Don't just be a carrier or bearer of bad news all the time. Even if that is our reality right now, there's still a way that you can still communicate good information that would lift up the spirits of your clients. Also, request advance fee payments. So clients ask for clients for advance fee payments, where you have let's say people who are on retainers, for example. Just ask them if they can pay in advance, because you have something to they'll be happy to do that because of the relationship you've already built with them over time, and they know that if they give you an advance fee, you're not just going to run away, you're going to do the work that you've agreed that you said you'll do. Revise your current processes. This is very, very key for every business owner. Business is not as usual, so revise all the things that you said you do. Create processes that can help you in times of COVID-19. So, for example, let's say your process of a customer ordering something to you, ordering something from you. Before they will come to you, maybe they can call you on the phone, and then you send it to them. But because now you're going to get more people, let's say you're a standalone store, but now because you're trying to move to online, make the process more seamless. Make a situation where they don't need to call you. They can just go online, click on whatever they need to order, and then you do the order back end. And those kind of processes can actually help you, continue to build your customer database, and you also get customer information, so it helps you in the long run. Consider alternative sources of revenue. So let's say you're a company who maybe only dealt with clients on a one-on-one basis, or you had other ways of, let's say you had another revenue stream. Right now, you can start charging for let's say adverts on your page. Let's say you were somebody who had, like, if you had a platform that had 100,000 customers, but before those customers were just the people that used to buy from you directly, you can start reaching out to some of your clients and say, please, if you want to advertise, you can advertise on our page, we can post it for you on our Insta stories. That's an alternative stream of income. And yeah, you can do that to at least continue to keep your, excuse me, it's not Corona. You can continue to keep your business afloat and stuff. So just look for other alternative means, if you have a target, you can speak to people who want to work with you and tell them, okay, do this for me and I'll do this for you, and little by little, you're adding to that your bottom line. So do you have any questions, please?
Okay, so I think we can just move into the official question and answer section. Thank you very much, Ife, for that. That was really helpful to all of us, I think. So I'm going to go into the Q&A section, but some people also sent us an email. I'm also going to stop sharing my screen, guys. We're going to send this deck to you as a great resource for you to be able to refer back to. But, okay, so, okay, we have a question from someone who is asking if we're planning to extend our services to Sierra Leone. We will be sure to get back to you on this. So somebody is asking, how will the delivery system work for those that sell customized goods? E.g., she makes goods specific to the customer's request. Would this be a good option for her? Her goods are ready for delivery 10 working days after payment. So Zainab or Ife, I don't know if one of you wants to answer the question.
To be honest, I think that kind of client can, because of the situation right now, it might be difficult for you to even get customers who are still ordering those kind of products, because those kind of products are not really essential items right now. So that kind of customer, even if you're still selling those items on the side, I think you should focus more on gaining new clients and creating more opportunities for you to get more people on board that can potentially become customers after this crisis is over. So for example, you can start speaking to people to say, oh, can I come and speak on your Instagram page and teach them how to start a business? Or can I start teaching people how to start making these things from their homes? You know, that way you might look as if you're giving out your secret sauce. You can do it without giving out your secret sauce. You can start teaching people DIY stuff that they can start doing from their homes, right on your social media. Even if you don't want to do it on your social media, which I always say, okay, go on somebody else's social media, even if you have to pay for it right now. Go to somebody's page and host like a live Instagram on their page, teaching people how to make those boxes or make something DIY by themselves. Do something fun. You can say, okay, come and make boxes with your kids. You can call it that, and then before you know it, you're increasing your customer base. Not necessarily right now. People might not order things from you right now, but at least you're bringing more people to your page who can potentially become customers. That's my own.
Thank you for that. Zainab, so can you answer this question? Will the Flutterwave products that we're doing for payment links, will that be able to help this person? Her goods are customized essentially, so that means does she have to create a specific payment link for each customer's order?
So not necessarily. I think the real issue is from the point of ordering and the point of payment, the delivery is not immediate. The delivery is another 2 weeks. So I think it's just to have that agreement with the delivery company. So payment links will still apply, right? The customer can still make a payment, and then the delivery company delivers, 10 to 14 days after the payment has been made. So I think it's just like Ife said, maybe they might need to update their terms delivery would happen after X, Y, Z of these. Payment links still works.
Okay, so the next question would be, Zainab, this question is for you. We have quite a few people asking, how do they register? How do they sign up to access this? That is Flutterwave services. I think I can answer that question if you want. So to sign up to Flutterwave, you basically just need to go to dashboard.flutterwave.com/sign up. And you can sign up there. If you have any questions, if you have any issues, you can reach out to us on social media. Our handles are all the Flutterwave. And then you can also send an email to hi@flutterwave.com. But to sign up on Flutterwave, you just need to go to www.dashboard.flutterwave.com. Sorry.
No.
So I'm going to say it again. dashboard.flutterwave.com/sign up. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next question. Okay, actually, someone called Noye. Noye, are you still here? Noye has been raising their hand, so I'm going to allow Noye to ask question verbally, basically.
Okay, hi. Can you hear me? This is Noya.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I actually just posted the question afterwards, so I can just do it again. So I rent out clothing, I rent out wedding dresses specifically, and so customers come in, come beforehand, they pay in advance, and then at the due date or a couple of days before they get their items. Now the question I want to ask is, why in this particular situation we have this the pandemic, the challenges we're having now is some weddings are being cancelled, some being postponed, some are still going ahead. So I've got a customer this morning asking me to make a refund. Why? We're supposed to send the dress, we're supposed to send the item a week before her wedding. We had duly communicated for everyone to come and pick up the items because of the impending lockdown. Unfortunately, we can't send the item and then the good is with us and then her wedding is going ahead on the 13th. He's asking for a full refund. What do we do in this situation?
Okay, for me, if I were you, I'll do the full refund because trust me, there's no point fighting over money. And it's important for you to keep that relationship because you don't know where the person will use you in the future. Everyone is going through this, it's not just you. So don't just think about yourself alone. The fact that you couldn't send it out, because from what you said you had promised, like you normally send items a week to payment. Nobody ever said this. Nobody ever said that this was going to happen, and you couldn't send it out. So the onus is on you because you couldn't send it out. The onus is on you to refund the customer if the customer couldn't get the item as you had promised initially. And this is after you've had a conversation with them. If I have a conversation with the person, I'm pleased with the person, but the person insists on a refund, just do it. There's no point having bad blood in business. Trust me, because the person will eventually, if you make this thing very seamless, the person can come back to you next time. But if you fight the person is going to go all out, destroy your image. They don't even care whether it's pandemic, whether there's no pandemic, whether they postpone, care about that. Some people just want their money back. Whether, even if you had even delivered, she might even have still asked you for the refund because she did not use it. Some people are funny like that. So just give it back. There's no point fighting over, money. Just give it back.
And hi, Noya, does that answer your question?
Yes, I mean, I'm fine. Although the wedding is still April 18th, and I'm supposed to have sent it to the 6th. But I'm actually I'm going ahead to try to send it because of the lockdown. But I get the whole idea. I get the point. The first thing is that sometimes not all our money, for, just good reviews and all that. At this particular point in time, it's just good to everybody to be happy. It's actually a one-time customer. Nobody gets wedded 2 times, but it's okay. I get the point. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to move on to another question.
Can I just quickly say something? Sorry, with what she just said at the end. She said the person is a one-time customer. Don't look at anyone as a one-time customer. The person would have sisters. The person will have, cousins that will get married, and that tree goes a long way. So don't ever look at somebody as a one-time customer, whether they will come back, whether it's them that wears it or not. One bad review can spoil 100 customers down the line. So it's important to not burn any bridge.
Okay, thank you, Ife.
Cool, thank you so much. Yeah.
So Zainab, this question is for you. Liz Taylor is asking if we have logistic partners in Abuja for this function that we're doing.
Okay, so what we've done is we've partnered with logistics companies that have like presence all around the states in Nigeria. So GIG Logistics, for example, they have offices, in all the major states, and they'll be able to do your deliveries for you. So in terms of, do we have in Abuja in particular? Not necessarily, but we've partnered with those that have offices in all, all the major states in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you, Zainab. So I have another person raising their hand. Adetunji Okpayele. I'm so sorry, I butchered your name, I'm so sorry. I'm going to enable you to ask your question verbally now. Hi, Sunji, are you here?
I don't think you've unmuted her yet.
I actually have. I don't know what's going on. Hi, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you had a question?
I'm so sorry. I raised my hand by mistake.
Oh, okay. No worries, that's fine.
yeah, but anyways, the information is very good. So I think this is very valuable. Thank you very much for it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna move on to someone else that's gonna ask that question verbally now. Bolanle Patrick.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, thank you for this session. It's been wonderful. Okay, I'd just like to ask, is the Flutterwave solution really work for people that sell bulky stuffs? Like I make bags, and if someone is to order from, let's say, outside of Nigeria, and I need to transport like 100 units, can Flutterwave handle that?
Okay, so are you talking about in terms of receiving payments from customers outside of Nigeria, or are you talking about
the goods itself?
So that's in terms of receiving
delivery.
the payment. Delivery. Oh, definitely,
Yes.
definitely. So let me start from the receiving payments part, right? So
Okay.
we to accept payments from foreign card holders. They just need to put in their card details and the transaction will go through. Again, for the delivery part, so I just mentioned GIG Logistics because that's the one we all know. We've also partnered with companies that do cross-border deliveries. So remember, at the point of putting in your details, you specify location, country, state, and all of that. And then
Yes.
there's a which there's an algorithm that also determines it's like predictive weight determination, right? So it would
Okay.
also to do that calculation and then pay the price. So yes, in terms of receiving payments from customers outside the country, and also yes, in terms of delivering. So the companies that do cross-border deliveries like DHL and the rest of them, they're able to do that as well.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a few questions that were sent via email to us, and I'm going to ask. I feel like some of the questions have been answered, but I will just run through the questions because this will give an idea of the way people are thinking, where they're thinking, and where their head is at regarding their businesses. So someone sent an email saying, my business renders delivery services into, within, and out of Nigeria. It has now been severely impacted by the unavoidable closure of the borders and restriction to movement locally. She has 3 questions. How do we stay relevant in the minds of our clients at this time? What kind of social media content can we generate to stay top of mind now? And then what can we do to stay afloat? What other services can we pivot into, please? Ife, would you like to take this question?
So can you take this question again? I feel
Okay.
like I know the person who's asking that question.
You probably do. So the first question is, how do we stay relevant in the mind of our clients at this time? I know you touched on it in your presentation.
Yeah.
And also, what type of social media content can we generate to stay top of mind now? Then the third question is, what can we do to stay afloat? What other services can we pivot into, please?
Okay, so I think a company like that, they can start looking for organizations to partner with to stay afloat, because it sounds like somebody who's bringing in stuff like a logistics company type thing. So I think they can partner with people like Flutterwave, because a lot of people might not even know that you exist. So partner with people like Flutterwave, partner with other organizations who have access to customers. And I think you can also come up with something that is like a flat rate, because right now, like I think logistics companies can still operate. So come up with something for your customers that it doesn't matter whether you're earning profits, just be staying afloat. So you can come up with a solution that maybe a particular price, maybe 1,000 for deliveries, and just flat fee across Nigeria. And then maybe a certain amount, maybe for the local or for the international deliveries, you can maybe take off your handling charge or take off something to make sure that the customers know that you're doing something and you're not just thinking about immediate income, because right now everybody's going through something. And then look for other ways that you can earn an income so that at least you can still pay your staff salaries. So for example, if you're a logistics company that sells stuff for SMEs, you can start bringing your SMEs on your social media to come and start talking about some of their services. So it gives them visibility, it gives your customers visibility as well. So every day you can pick your customer and just say, oh, hi, good morning, my name is blah, 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 this is what I do. It will also give your customers visibility, and you also bring their own customers or their own followers to your own page as well. That's what you can do. So right now, I don't think any organization should be thinking income. While you should still think about your income, you should also think about, doing things more for good at this point. Everybody, like globally, look at the trends in all the other organizations. Like Apple is partnering with, Apple has come up with a solution to help people know what their risk is. Amazon has, like I said earlier, Amazon has lifted prices of their things like where you can read and blah, 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 stuff like that. So look at the trends of other organizations and don't just look at your immediate bottom line. It will really, really help you and also position you as a responsible organization. Mm-hmm. There was another question.
Right, the last question was,
to stay top of mind. Yeah. Most logistics companies these days use social media. So if you're already on social media, like I said earlier, leverage your customers. So start looking at trying to give your customers visibility. Bring them on your platform. Look for a time in the day. For a logistics company, I would like to say morning. So maybe every day 10 a.m. have one of your very one of your big customers come on your social media to come and talk about their products. It's giving you visibility and also giving you visibility as well.
Okay, next question. So for everyone who is asking, so we have actually, this is a very important question, Zainab. We have someone from Kenya who is asking, do we also offer logistics services, or do we have partners in Kenya as well for this new product that we're...
Okay, so the answer again is yes. We are able to provide payment services for customers within and outside of Nigeria. And we're also able to work with logistics companies that are able to do deliveries cross-border. So I hope that answers the question.
Okay. So we're moving on to, I'm just going to try and run through 1 or 2 or 3 more questions. I know I see a few people raising their hands. I'm going to give an opportunity for 2 people to ask questions, but I'm going to run through another 2 questions. So someone anonymously just asked, he or she runs an education company. They have physical classes. How can they innovate around the current situation and not stay idle?
Okay, so let me answer half part of it, and then I think Ife would also answer. So for this online. So today, for example, most of the schools in Lagos are closed, but there's still classes going on. It's very interesting. I have parents sending pictures of kids, at home with their earphones in front of the computer. So they're still learning, right? It's e-learning at the end of the day. So she needs to find a way to translate those lectures online. And then for the payment part as well, they can now put in the payment link for those students to make the payment. So either you pay before the class and then you're able to join. It would be like an online class, which is something like what we're having now. Or you could have e-learning materials where they just go and then they download their documents. So either ways, it's something that you can do, but you just need to think of translating those physical classes to online classes. It's happening today, even across all our primary schools. Lots of teachers are doing that even as we speak. So I think it's something that she probably needs to look into. Ife, what are your thoughts?
That's an online, like a company that does like a school, pretty much, right? That was my understanding, that they have physical classes.
Yeah, it's essentially an education platform. Yeah.
What kind of products? So what kind of school is it? Is it like primary education school, normal school, or what kind of school? Anyway,
we don't have that specific.
Sorry?
The person didn't specify, so just said an education
company. Okay, so whatever kind of school it is, I think it's important for the person to just take it online, send out stuff, start doing things online to educate people. Right now, you have to be free. Maybe you used to do it for money, so it doesn't really matter. Just take it online, start hosting Instagram Live, start doing Zoom. If you want people to register, and get their emails. Just take it online. Everyone's doing everything online.
What are you?
Okay, thank you for that. The next question is, I run a kids salon and I was having issues with where I operate from, but currently I'm ready to get a new space. What would you advise I do now? Do I go ahead and rent a space or just chill for now? Secondly, and for now that parents are home, what would you advise I do to engage them on our Instagram handle? Because I heard Ife say this is the best time to engage people on your page. Meanwhile, my child is a boy, so I may not be able to use his head to teach parents DIY for their kids. Thank you. Ife, would you like to take this?
Right now, chill. Obviously, we don't know when government is going to start saying you can go back to your normal day-to-day activities. So I'll just say just chill. No need to get in the store now if your rent is already expired in your former place. But for a kids salon to keep their people engaged on social media, I think you should just start doing videos online. Just start posting things maybe that you download on YouTube, or maybe start a YouTube blog. You say your child is a boy, right? The person said their child is a boy.
Yes, their child is a boy. The person's child is a boy.
Then you might not be able to show DIY tips, obviously, but you can show on your own hair. If you can weave your hair on Instagram and like show people that, okay, you're very, very good at it, that if you are the one that, if you have that skill. But if you don't have the skill, then just start showing videos on social media, start posting your past videos from your salon, start putting together important tips for healthy hair. It doesn't have to be DIY or showing people how to actually weave or stuff like that, but you can just start showing good hair care, sharing good hair care tips and stuff. You can start doing competitions for hair ruffles and stuff like that, or hair products, good hair products. Start showing us the products to use. Which start doing, which one is better. Start posting quizzes. Okay, which one do you use? Share moisture or another one. Start positioning yourself as an authority in the kids industry, kids hair care industry, and you can even write a book in this time, just so that even if you're not so busy like that on social media, you can write a book or an ebook, something that is short, just to improve your authority in the kids industry, kids hair care industry.
Okay, so we've kind of run over our
That's probably that I think about the tip of my head.
Right. Thank you very much. I also wanted to kind of mention that if you actually have a doll, those models, those dolls that people have in salons, you can probably use that as well to just do quick tutorials and stuff. I know they usually don't have the same texture of hair as like Black people, but next question. I'm going to take two questions.
Yes, wigs can also help. But wigs for children, I'm not sure how it would.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
It doesn't really add up.
I'm going to allow 2 questions and then we'll kind of wrap up. Please note that we're going to put this up on YouTube exclusively for you guys for 2 weeks, so you can go back to it and kind of, watch it and just assimilate it again. I know that obviously it may have been hard to follow everything. So I'm going to allow Chibwenyim, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name, to talk and just ask their question. Hi, are you here? Hello? I don't know if Chibwenyim is still here, but I'm going to move on to the next person. Obianuju. Obianuju, would you like to ask your question? Hi. Okay, I think we've lost we've lost both of them. So I'm gonna kind of, let me see if I can get 1 or 2 more people to ask questions. There's somebody called Daniela. Hi, Daniela, can you talk?
Yes. Hi, Wendy.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. I wanted to ask Zainab, because she mentioned that you've partnered with international delivery companies like DHL, but I want to clarify if the agreement that has been signed covers all the countries, so that we can know that we are safe wherever we are. Because me personally, I'm in Rwanda.
Okay. So every country that they deliver to today, they're able to deliver via the Flutterwave payment link. So if a country maybe under some sort of sanction or the other that they don't deliver to, I'm sure at that point when you put in that country location, there will be a prompt to say unable to deliver to this location. But today, every country that they deliver to normally via their normal operations, then they're able to deliver via the Flutterwave payment link as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, last person that we're gonna allow to ask a question, Bemiga Salako. Hi Bemiga, would you like to share your question with us?
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for this session. I really appreciate. So basically, my question is as regards the Flutterwave payment. If I have customers who are in foreigners that make payments, for example, in dollars, and I stay in Nigeria, the question is, will I be paid in dollars or will there be an exchange in Nigerian currency?
Sorry, could you take that question again?
I mean, if I have a customer probably in the UK and makes payment for a particular good or service that I provide, and the person pays in dollars, and I stay in Nigeria, and in terms of receiving the payment, do I receive the payment in dollars or I receive the payment in naira?
Okay, so by default, in naira, right? However, there are some.
Here's what I found.
Oh, sorry, it's not my computer.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so yeah, so by default, settlement is in the local currency of the business that's initiating that payment. So, for example, if you were in Ghana and then somebody in the US paid you in dollars, you get your settlement in Ghanaian. So that's the default setting for receiving funds. However, there are some exceptions, so we can look at it on a case-by-case basis. So, for example, if you want your settlement to be in any other currency apart from the local currency of the country in which you operate, then there are other things that you need to look at. Again, you know, CBN this circular talking about the dollarization of the economy and why all settlements or payments should be in the local currency of the country. So yes, so that's why we do that by default settlement in naira. However, we can look at it on the case-by-case basis to see if your business type requires settlement in a different currency.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. So like I said, if we haven't been able to get to your question, I mean, we are trying not to keep people for too long. So if we haven't been able to get to your question, we're going to put this up. If you have additional questions, you can send an email to hi@flutterwavego.com. We will answer your question. Actually, I have one more question that I want us to answer. It's by someone called Taiwo. The person says, I run a medical supply store that sells items critical to managing the pandemic. We sell in bulk and can even brand some of these items for organizations who want to use them for CSR. I also have a close company that produces brand and advert materials that can be used for promoting awareness. Apart from helping us manage payments, how can Flutterwave help us promote our services? So I'm going to answer that question because as Zainab mentioned before, we partner with our merchants, not just for payments, but also people that use Flutterwave services, not just for payments, but also for marketing purposes. There are opportunities for us to co-market with people who use Flutterwave, businesses that use Flutterwave as well to promote services. So Taiwo, if you can just send an email to hi@flutterwavego.com. and we will have a conversation about seeing if we can promote your services as well. Yeah, so thank you very much, everyone. Also, the last thing that I want to mention is that we would really appreciate your feedback on this. We'll be sending you a follow-up email. I promise it's not going to be long and it's not going to be one of those annoying emails. It's just a quick email that basically says, for you to fill in your feedback for us. So also, if you would like to take the link down, the feedback link is basically bit.ly /GMB feedback form. It's really quick. You'll get done in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. It's nothing difficult. So I'm sharing my screen right now. You should be able to see the link for the feedback form, but we'll send it via email as well. As I said before, we're also going to send the link for this video. It's going to be exclusive to you guys first, and then you can share with friends, with family, with everybody. Thank you very much for this. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Ife. We really appreciate you taking time out to share your knowledge with everyone. Thank you, Zainab.
Thank you. Guys, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. So it's at AGS Tribe on Instagram, and it's Ifedrosimi Eti on Instagram as well. We have so many goodies coming up over the next few days. And you can also subscribe to the AGS Tribe community, where it's female focused. So we have a lot of opportunities for women, to connect women to other, like I said earlier, at opportunities. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you, Flutterwave, for having me. I really, really appreciate it. And I had an awesome time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I learned a lot myself.
All right, bye. Bye, everyone.